Adam, you have your PSP? Does it work? Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember if I showed you. Grant got me the UMD for Click. I'm like, bro, I don't have my PSP anymore. The best scene in that movie is still like, wait, I thought you were an angel. I am an angel, the angel of death.
Does your mother soul?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I got my G Fuel right here, man. I'm cracked out, ready to start this episode. It's been a while since the main episode, but that's just gonna happen nowadays. So just appreciate y'all sticking around. We're just freeballing it, man.
Pokemon's good, dude.
Yeah, I was thinking we should probably start with Pokemon, right? I'm not that far in, but all I'm gonna say is what I said about No More Heroes 3. I'm liking it so far. I just wish it wasn't on the Switch.
Yeah, dude. It's like I told you when I was playing it. It looks way better handheld. Like when I put it on the big screen the other day, I was like, wow, I'm not doing this again.
It looks better because it's a smaller screen, and when it's blown up, and it's like, oh, that really low quality PNG on this person's shirt. Yeah, that's not supposed to be seen on a television.
So, like, those on the TV, it's just blown way out of proportions. It looks terrible.
I mean, it still looks, overall, it looks fine. It's a little choppy, right? Just the way the pixels are. But it still looks okay. It's decent enough. I haven't seen what Game Freak has done with the Switch, with Pokemon games, right? Because they came out with, 3 games? There was the 4th remake. And then
Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu.
Oh, yeah, Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. And then they did Sun and Moon, and then Ultra Sun and Moon, right?
No, those are not on the Switch. Those are on 3DS.
I'm thinking Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield.
Yes,
is the one
Sword
that's
and Shield. There you go.
Because the last Pokemon game I played was, I think, X and Y.
I thought you played Sun and Moon.
No, because I don't have a 3DS anymore. I'm liking what they're doing here because they're trying to shake it up at least, right? Like the UI is different, and the way you go battle Pokemon's different. I think somebody said it's like a mix of just normal Pokemon with Go, and that's a good idea. Yeah, but wasn't Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee like that?
I never played them, so I couldn't tell you.
That was the one where you could have your Pokemon partner outside, right?
Yeah.
Or is it just Eevee and Pikachu that you could have outside?
Yeah, I don't even know. But yeah, so I'm not that far in. I'm like 3 hours in, just doing some side stuff here and there, and yeah, I'm liking it. You know, I think the refreshing aspect of how it looks and what you're doing is nice, because I think that's kind of what stopped me from playing X and Y. I'm like, I'm just doing the same shit, but I just don't care about the characters or the story right now. But here I'm like, no, let's see what's different. That's why I'm still playing so far.
I followed the story up until, I want to say, probably the last part of the game. The story is pretty good from what I can give. Primarily, my whole adjustment to the game was just trying to get used to the whole features of, capturing and moving on, right? Because it's just like, collecting Pokemon isn't really such a big deal as I want it to be. It's more or less about, like, completing these research tasks, so that way you can, like, understand the Pokemon and, like, learn habits and, like, all that other stuff. Most of it's pretty cool, but a lot of it's also pretty tedious, too. So after a while, like, even with new environments, I gotta say, like, it's good, but it also gets kind of boring fast, But luckily, the game isn't, like, long enough where you're going to be doing it too many times to the point where you'll get tired of it and you won't finish the game. It's just, like, the right amount of work, really, before, like, the game, like, just gives you the end game and you can just pretty much do whatever you want after that. Other than that, I think we're just what we were talking about earlier. Right now, like, the game has, like, a real shitty way with the battle mechanics where you're taking stuff away. They're taking stuff away from you, basically. Like, moves that could attack more than one Pokemon, and more or less, like, they give everybody else the ability to double battle, triple battle, quadruple battle, but you still remain, like, singular with your Pokemon. You don't tag team up with anybody else. Like, you're always going to be basically jumped by multiple Pokemon, and that. I don't know if it was an oversight per se, but it was definitely something that, for whatever reason, they just felt like was, like, okay to keep in the final version of the game. And I'm like, this is, like, a step backwards for real. Like, why would you take that away in a game where you can basically just fight a whole bunch of Pokemon at any point, and you can only focus on one Pokemon at a time? At least, like, I think it would have been an improvement if you're, like, let's say in a Pokemon fight, 1 against 4, you should at least be able to take out another Pokemon. So at least, like, try to take out those 4 into 2 in like 1 move or 2 moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it is still turn based, right? And it's all about speed. And so if you're gonna get like swamped like that, like yeah, I feel that for sure too. Yeah, it's crazy. Some stuff I do like. I was talking to Adam, asking like how many Pokemon are there? You know, and it's not a crazy amount. Sure, part of that is just Game Freak just not wanting to make every model, I guess, for Pokemon, right? Like because that was the big thing with Sword and Shield. There wasn't that many Pokemon there. If they're just gonna just do it like this, where it's a limited number and it's shuffled across a couple generations of Pokemon, and some of them have different forms now. I think that's fine if they could just keep doing that.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily think it was too bad. I do like that they keep coming up with like different forms, but at the same time, I think one of the weaknesses of Pokemon is when you start developing too many iterations of Pokemon and then like forms for those Pokemon. I think that's almost the same thing as basically running out of ideas for a new Pokemon altogether.
I'm seeing the new designs from the last few gens. I'm like, some of these are trash. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like some of these like cotton candy colored Pokemon just are not doing it for me.
I wasn't a big fan of the Aloans, like for Sun and Moon. I wasn't a really big fan of those like form changes, like for Vulpix and stuff like that.
Nah, I'm gonna fight you on that one. I like that one, dude.
I mean, it looks good. It looks good. I'll give you that. But I feel like the idea of changing types just doesn't work for every Pokemon. Doesn't work for every Pokemon.
I see what you mean, though. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you said about Voltorb. That's a grass and electric, right? Or just grass?
Yeah, it's electric and grass. Yeah, it's just like it's good. I think for this case, it was a good idea, but honestly, like Typhlosion being a ghost type, they only did that to introduce one move. Literally to introduce only one move, and that was Infernal Parade. And I just kind of feel like doing that just to make special accommodations like for moves that look cool when it's really like no difference, like
really, what's the point if you're not going to put that much effort into it, right?
I think so. Yeah.
See, and that's crazy to me because they put a lot of work into the starters for Sword and Shield, and they all had their own special moves, of course, and that's just wild to me. Like, I'd figure at least 2 or 3, not just one. As Game Freak being Game Freak.
Yeah, we're talking about Game Freak, and I was thinking like playing this, this is cool. I'm liking the changes, like I said, but I would just love to see somebody else tackle Pokemon. But, aside from Unite, because I don't think that's Game Freak, right? Game Freak owns the IP, I think. It's just the limitations they give themselves because it's like, well, it's going to make money anyways. Like, that's always the thing everyone hates from Game Freak.
So, yeah, at that point, you're just pretty much shelling out resources to make a mediocre game just because, like, why not just use it for shits and giggles, I guess?
Yeah, like, people, I saw some, like, nobody talks about the Gen 4 remakes anymore because Arceus is out, right? Like, it's crazy they dropped those games 2 months apart. But just seeing some of the people were like, man, like, it being 3D, it kind of looks sad. There's the shot of you going to fight Giratina at the end of the game. Right, and like when you see like the DS version, it's like, yeah, the sprite of Giratina looks intimidating. It's way bigger than you, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be a fight. And then when you see the remake version, it's just like, oh, it's like this, like there's not deep saturation in the colors, and he's not that much bigger than you based off the chibi, models that they used and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that kind of sucks.
Do you remember Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? You guys remember those games?
Oh yeah, those games were great.
So. Like, I don't know if you played or seen, like, any of the newest games, but, like, I feel like the new direction, like, that they're moving into for Pokemon games, like how we were pixel art first, but we were still chibi, and then, like, for Diamond and Pearl, or Shining Diamond and Brilliant Pearl, whatever the fuck, we still had basically the chibi iterations, just, 3D.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just kind of felt like this wasn't really something that needed to be done. I feel like that's more or less a step backwards than forwards. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I feel like looks a lot closer to like this game, like Legends Arceus, where your character is more or less like you can tell is like at a pubescent adolescent stage. I think that they're just doing it mostly because they wanted to like probably keep those assets from Mystery Dungeon and stuff like that, where you can make a Pokemon look cute and like somewhat like adorable, basically, without having it to make like realistic proportions, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like take Groudon for example, right? A legendary. That Pokemon is supposed to be like over 200 feet tall, like real shit.
Yeah.
But like when you capture it, you know, and you know what's stupid? I just have to add on there. This game is the first game by far that actually made it a factual point to explain to you that all Pokemon, no matter what Pokemon it is, if it's a Pokemon, it has the ability to shrink itself down to a molecular size.
Yeah, that was crazy that they said that, and I guess it makes sense.
They brought in the Tower Lord, dude.
Oh, like they could just shrink themselves, and it's not the Pokeball doing that? It's like, oh, okay.
It's just like, oh, we basically use the Pokemon to keep them small. And that's how, I guess that's how they're obedient, because they like being small in the Pokeball. I don't know.
But yeah, some screenshots I've seen, it's like, oh wow, like some of these Pokemon are actually big. That was
Dude,
surprising.
You got to see this trans. Look at this Rapidash, man. It's freaking huge. But I mean, and dude, and those alpha ones, like those are substantially bigger than any other Pokemon. Like it's crazy.
For me, the alpha Pokemon are what makes the game. To me, there was no bigger prize than to have your favorite Pokemon and to just make them stupidly abnormal tall like Godzilla and just go and literally fight any random person or a random like Pokemon, like going back to the first level and fighting like a level 2 like Shinx, right, with your like level 60 alpha Machamp, right, and you're just like cross slamming the fuck out of that thing with no remorse, and it's like only 1 foot off the ground and your fucking Pokemon's like 7 feet.
Yeah, they really took the Gigantamax portion of Sword and Shield. Like, how can we do this better? And that makes sense. And here we go, dude. I like it a lot. I hope it's a feature that stays.
I think it should. I think it also makes a lot of sense when you're comparing Pokemon, right? Because I think ever since Ruby and Sapphire, we've had like the Pokedex become way more detailed than they actually used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So they're including like sizes. You can see weight scales and stuff like that. So what wouldn't be funner than to have like basically a Pokemon that could have variety within itself?
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the side quests that you can get pretty early in this game is you have to basically find a really tall Bidoof, not Bidoof, Beetle.
No, the Weasel or the
Weasel, yeah,
Sneasel, Weasel.
No.
No, it's the
water
it's the
fox.
water ferret. Yeah, the water ferret.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to basically find a tall version of that, and it's just like you're just basically going around catching a whole bunch of Beezle, you know,
Okay.
like until you get one that's heavy and like tall and like. So I thought personally that it's cool. It kind of reminds me of Monster Hunter. Like you can keep fighting the same monster, but the monster is going to be different shapes, different sizes every time you fight it.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, that's cool.
Dude, and you know what? I didn't even, for a little while, it was hard for me to like discern which one was larger than the other one. But once I got the deer, the warrior deer freaking lord, and like you're riding around with him, you can see the difference. And it's so nice to see. Like I'll see some tiny Bidoof, and then I'll see some stacked one right next to it. I'm like, dude, you're like 4 times the size of your boy right there. Like, what are you eating? Who's feeding you?
Dude, he's feeding himself. He ate other things. That's what happens. That's how they get alpha, bro. That's literally like the dominant of Pokemon is the alpha Pokemon.
Nice.
They're the Pokemon that prey on other Pokemon for sure. They're like, fuck berries. Fuck this grain. If I don't get some Tauros meat.
So far, one of my complaints is I'm tired of these Pokemon running away when I try to fight them. Because it's like, yo, I got a Pokedex to complete, man.
Yeah, dude, that shit's annoying. Honestly, you just throwing the berries helps out so much.
Yeah, definitely. And it's really easy to farm too. I pretty much just like spent, you know, almost every single session like going out in the field. I would literally just go around throwing my Pokemon at trees and rocks and shit like that. And it always gives you XP too, which I think is another cool thing. You don't just have to stick with, you know, fighting the same like level 6 Bidoof in the same area just to get your shit up to 20. Like, go around, just get some mats. It does the same thing. You're literally killing two birds with one stone. Why not? You know?
Yeah, and also the fact that your other Pokemon in your party get levels, or they get XP as well. I was like, oh, okay, so just EXP share is just gone. You don't really need it because everyone's getting the experience.
Yeah, I can definitely say there's a lot of pros to this game, and I think for a game, I think honestly this game is a test. It's not something that they were really pouring like a whole bunch of serious resources into. It was just more or less just to try and see if there's a new way that they can take this, and they did. Like, it is pretty successful. So that really makes me want to believe that for their next actual mothership titles that they're going to try to do, they're going to try to implement some of the stuff, right? So hopefully they can take a lesson in this, and we can be like, okay, next mothership series that we do, whatever fucking theme it's going to be, you know, we're going to have a lot more basically you in the field, you know, collecting multiple Pokemon. You know, having this kind of gameplay now changes the whole dynamic of Pokemon, I feel. It really reminds me, I don't know if you played the Digimon games, but it really kind of also reminds me of Digimon, just without random encounters. Any of the Cyber Sleuth series?
Oh, dude, yeah. I got the same feeling from this.
Yeah, it's literally, it literally reminds me of that, just without random encounters, which I prefer. You know, random encounters suck. I hate just, like, literally walking around with no warning and then all of a sudden I'm just in a battle. Like, it's a lot easier this way to choose
I've
your
played
battles.
enough Final Fantasy in my life to not always want random encounters. Like, if I can get around from that and still have an open world, I'm all in, dude. But if it's there, I just suck the dick and take it.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's rough. Especially, like, Final Fantasy X and shit. Not to, like, sidetrack too much,
God,
but, like,
dude.
once you stop having open world, I was like, man, just fucking stick a fork in me, bro. I'm done. Fuck this bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Jerry, are you gonna get Pokemon? I know you're thinking about it, right?
I think I got spoiled. Nah, probably not. I've been watching too much gameplay. I'm like, I don't really like how it looks. Maybe that's really shallow. I know, but
no, it's fair.
Maybe
that's fair.
Maybe it's because I appreciate that it's new. Maybe I'll give it like if Game Freak does another game like this in like the future, I'll probably grab that one. But to start out, I'm glad they kind of moved out of the
copy paste.
I love Pokemon, dude, but it's like I don't know, man. I don't know. Will I get it now? Probably not, because you guys got it, and I'm gonna hear so much about it that I'm not gonna want to fucking touch it. But other than that, I would probably get it later if it's hyped a lot. If it has DLC, then we'll see. But if you're telling me they took out a bunch of stuff, I guess the best thing to do would be to go into this with a fresh mind. And right now, I have too much on my plate right now.
I'll tell you this, man. Like, I agree with you in the sense that this is not a $60 game. Once again, my wallet bites me in my ass. This is not worth $60. It's a great game. It takes up a lot of my time. It's very enjoyable. I still have a lot to do for this game. But yeah, definitely catch it on sale. Honestly, I doubt it'll get support. I don't even think that this game is going to get DLC. Like, it seems pretty cut and dry that there's not really more that they can add to it other than, like, some stupid-ass dimensional rifts, like legendary battles, like introducing other Pokemon that didn't make it into the game.
Is there anything like that where you have to fight legendaries? Yeah?
Well,
yes.
Yeah,
Yes, there are legendary battles.
He beat the game, so he'd probably speak more to it than me. But like the first like actual boss is the new form of Scyther, and the way that you do the boss battle, I kind of liked it. I'm like, oh, that's cool, that's different. You know, like you have to. I don't want to give too much detail, but I like the way that they ran with it because I wasn't too sure. I wanted to go into the game as completely blind as possible, but I thought it was a lot of fun.
Mm.
Yeah, the boss fights are great. It basically combines both mechanics of you going into the field and you using your Pokemon. But you can also do those boss fights without using your Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching Charlie play the game, and one of the last things that he was doing, well, not that one of the last things, but when I was tuning into his stream, he was probably like the fifth boss in. Every boss that he did that by that time, he did without using his Pokemon.
That's interesting.
I don't know. It's like, it really depends on how you see it, because like technically, I think it's faster to do it without your Pokemon. You don't have to have your Pokemon in the battle with you. But it does take away another element of the game, you know, doing it without your Pokemon.
Yeah,
So that
okay.
is one thing.
Okay.
There's a lot that I like about it, for sure, without a doubt. Like, I like the fact that you can just move around while you're battling, so it feels more real time, I guess. I like how you catch them. You just see them out in the wild and you throw a ball at them. And you don't even have to fucking battle the thing. You just like
You
get
just catch it
lucky.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just run
You
away
don't-
from everything like
you
I
really
do with
don't
my
even have to
problems.
look at it. Yeah, you just chuck it, chuck the ball, and then walk away from it. Like,
I will say this though, like it's probably a little tangent, but it's not really. It's still on the Pokemon side. But, like, I kind of wish they would incorporate more games with Pokemon Go, because then I'd probably be doing that shit.
Oh, you mean like your Pokemon swap around?
Yeah, I know Pokemon Home is a thing, but it's like I don't know. I never get that to work with me, because I can't really like. It won't let me transfer. I don't know. Maybe I haven't.
Well,
used too much.
I think support just started like in the last few months for Go, with Home, because I know that when they did it with Sword and Shield, a lot of people were like, "Well, can I put my since the Dex was increasing in Sword and Shield, like, okay, well, can I put my other Pokemon in here from Go?" They're like, "No, not yet." And I think that just opened up over the last few months because I updated it when I was somewhere, and I was like, "Oh, can I do this now?" And I think it did work.
can I ask you what is the difference between Pokemon Home and Pokemon Bank?
It's the same thing.
Oh,
I
it is the
think,
same thing.
yeah, I think Bank was just for, I think was just like its predecessors.
For the most part, they should have combined Pokemon Bank and Pokemon Go to be like the same thing.
No, that's exactly it.
Oh, is that what they're doing? Is that it?
Well, that's what they were going to do in an update, because Bank, I think, was for the 3DS, and then Home was like the newer version for.
Bank was supposed to be for all the games. Like, they started that. Yeah, I think that they started that back in Black and White, because the games from what was the thing before that? Diamond and Pearl, yeah. So you couldn't trade to Black and White from Diamond and Pearl, and that's when they came out with Pokemon Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And then since then, I guess it developed into Pokemon Home now, as you're calling it. But I guess this thing still stays like not every Pokemon game will work with Pokemon Bank and vice versa. So like you're gonna be stuck like basically having those Pokemon sit in your bank until the next game. You know, I think it was like a subscription thing, right? Like they charge you like $2 a month.
It was like a yearly fee, I think.
Now that's
Yeah.
fucked up. I'm not. No.
You'll be able to use your Pokemon since the beginning, right?
Mhm.
So like since like like red and
To
blue.
Since Red and Blue, yeah.
Yeah, like the idea is like, yeah, you could just use those whenever, or like you could just keep using those forever, kind of thing. And I remember people got mad when it wasn't working for one of the more recent gen games, and I'm like, bro, why are you mad at that? Like, you haven't played Destiny, bro? I lost all my shit.
Yeah, that was one thing that I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll get back into Pokemon when the bank thing came out. But then I was like, I don't really want to spend all the time like redoing all my files, because my 3DS had eat the shitter at that point. So I was like, well, fuck it, that's cool for everybody else, but I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. In short, I'll wait for the next one.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking about getting that other Pokemon game where they
one?
got the Gats.
Pal
Oh,
World.
dude.
Oh my god.
That's what it's fucking called.
Yeah, there was that new trailer, dude. Oh my god, that shit's looking great.
New trailer.
There was a new trailer like a few days ago. Yeah.
Are we talking
Oh,
about
bro.
the one where you shoot Pokemon, or the one where Pokemon help you shoot?
Yeah, it's the one where there's sweatshops with Pokemon.
What the
yeah,
fuck?
the Pokemon also hold guns too. Yeah, like you said.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, it's fucking great. But yeah, there was that video of that guy like, yeah, I'm modding Pokemon to where you just shoot them, and that immediately got removed. Yeah, it was funny. But no, yeah, the other Pokemon game with the guns. Yeah, that got a new trailer, and that looked pretty cool. I'm sure it's just gonna be on Steam only, probably. I'd be down to get that. Yeah, but all right, man. Yeah, enough about Pokemon, dude. I'm down to talk about some Souls content.
Finally, dude.
Yeah, I know Jerry's been waiting, bro. Yeah.
This dude finally stepped into next gen, man. How
Straight-
you liking that Demon Souls?
it's touching me in places that I've been touched before. It's like reopening old wounds, but it's just getting me there for Elden Ring. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I feel bad for everybody who doesn't have a PS5 right now.
For real, dude.
Yeah, I finally went back to and beat Demon Souls. I got deep in there, bro. I got the plat. Like, I'm on my soul shit now with that game.
Dude,
the
you
most
only on
important
there
thing
because
is-
fucking No Guard came and gave you guys all that gear.
Straight
Come on,
up.
What
Yeah,
are you
think
saying, dude?
You would have quit like
Stop.
right like
No, yeah. So I'll be honest, dude. Like, I was done with that game because I was in World 2, and I think that's the worst world to be in.
Yeah, World 2 sucks.
2-1.
But, dude,
2-1 is the worst level.
2
No,
2-1
bro.
is awful. Yeah.
2, yeah.
And I stopped, and then one of our friends got it, and he was playing. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'll play with you. And we're playing online, and then this guy joined in, and he gave us a bunch of stuff that we weren't supposed to have, like +5 weapons and all of this stuff. And that made it so much easier to go through. And I was like, okay, now I'm kind of enjoying the game, and then I actually get to see the bosses, you know, and see how they work. A lot of cool stuff in that game. But I definitely wouldn't have continued without that stuff, because it is just frustrating early on. And then also New Game Plus kicks your ass so hard. Oh my god. Yeah, but the game looks fantastic, dude. Photo mode's a fun time.
Yeah, I remember when I beat that game, I think I went up to you, Jerry. I was like, if there's a game I could experience again, so like all over again from the beginning, that's Demon Souls, dude.
Really, I'd be Persona 5. But
Man,
nonetheless,
Damn, okay, wait. So you're saying if you could literally like erase the entire experience that you had and then restart on any
Yeah.
game?
yeah,
Okay.
Demon Souls probably up there for me. Persona.
Super hot
if
take.
you want to bring in Persona, dude, I'm gonna bring in Persona 3, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Come on, man.
Super hot take. I would do Fallout.
ooh,
First time.
Ooh.
First
There you
time
go.
in my life.
There you go. You get
First
it.
time in my life, I was like, I don't even remember how old I was. I was like 15, 16. I was like, I'm gonna buy this game, Fallout 3. I've never played. I don't even know what it's about. Bro, I didn't even know what that game was about, and I played that game, and that whole genre of game is great, bro. And I would definitely enjoy that experience again if I could.
Yeah.
I'd probably do it with Fallout 4 though. I feel like that would be even better. But yeah, or Skyrim. Definitely for Skyrim. Actually, you know what? I'm sure, man. Skyrim for sure. I would have done Skyrim.
I don't know,
for my
man.
very first Bethesda game.
I'd fuck
Because that game is so big.
It is, and I would fuck so much shit up in my first try, dude. You know I would fucking kill an important NPC. And then I would fucking quit
if they
once
were-
I couldn't get past
Look.
that point.
My mindset, if they were important enough, they would just get knocked out.
Oh, yeah, right?
He said straight
You're right,
facts.
though. That's fucking...
They don't let important NPCs die
They don't.
if they're that important.
Unless... Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's cool, man. At least you're having a good time in Demon Souls right now.
Hell yeah.
And so with me going through Demon Souls, I was like, you know what? I should be fair. If I'm giving this a second chance, let me go back and give Bloodborne a chance.
That's right.
I'm gonna say maybe it's because I played so much Demon Souls in like the span of like those like 2 weeks or whatever, but I just had a way better time with Bloodborne. Like I almost want to go back to my old file because I started over. I just wanted to see where did I fuck up because
Yeah.
like I was dealing with stuff a lot better over there. Maybe because I knew the strats on when you should level up and all that stuff. But
So, did you beat it yet?
I beat the main. I beat the main thing for Bloodborne. I did miss out on a few things because you know it's a Souls game, so they don't tell you what to do. You just have to figure it out. But
Kind of dumb.
it is. Honestly, it is because I think I forget who told me, but they're like, "Oh yeah, oh you told me, Oscar." When I was playing, it's like, "Oh, you missed this chance to go fight Henrik," and I was like, "Oh really?" I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"How the hell
it
was
was
I
that
supposed
quick.
to know that?" You know. Because when I misinterpreted what Eileen was telling me when I was talking to her, and so that's why I missed it. But then I did it on New Game Plus, and I will say New Game Plus is a lot better than the Demon Souls New Game Plus, for sure. It's not as crazy, but
What about that DLC though, man?
oh my fucking god, I'm I fucking hate the DLC for
Yeah.
for Bloodborne. I haven't even gotten that far in the DLC. Like I haven't
That
even
shit
gotten
hard, dude.
There's
That shit
that
hard.
That shit hard, bro. Like, what's his name? I don't even the enemy with the space attacks with the axe. He was fucking me up hard, bro. I was like, this is dumb. What are we doing?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The big old dude in front
you're
of
talking
the...
about the hunter. You're just talking about the first hunter that you meet when you
No,
The big dude with the fucking
like the executioner looking guy. Yeah,
the big cosmic Cthulhu looking
giants.
dude. Bro,
Yeah.
come on, dude.
dude,
I know what you're talking about.
I almost got him a few times and I kept dying.
No, that's fair. I usually skip him like first round, but yeah.
Yeah, and I know it's supposed to be harder, and I am doing it on a new game, so that could be that bullshit.
Dude,
in
I
there
hope
too,
you like
but-
one of him.
No, yeah, just don't tell me that, dude.
You just wait, bro. Like you never got that far, or at least you haven't gotten that far yet. In the DLC for Bloodborne, there is a level where you basically go to like a fisherman isle or like a fisherman wharf or whatever.
So cool.
Dude, yeah, but there are like these shark niggas.
Bruh.
Oh my gosh, these things will ruin you, dude. They'll just ruin you.
I will say with Bloodborne and with Demon Souls, I was surprised that the bosses aren't really that complex. It's just really getting there is the difficult part for those games. Like, I think the only real challenging boss that I felt would probably be Gascoigne, just because of how fast and aggressive he is. Well, I guess Dark Beast Parl, because I didn't beat it and I was just fed up with that thing.
Yeah, Parl's a bitch.
Yeah.
Glad he's
he really
optional.
is. But yeah, when I got to the wet nurse, I was like, oh, that's all you're doing. Like you just do a lot of damage. Everything else is kind of just whatever. I'm like, okay, that wasn't that hard.
Yeah, she's I'm glad you had fun. That shit is a experience. More because I don't think that there's been a game like that. I mean, of course, it's a Souls, the Born and Soulsborne, of course, but like,
Yeah,
there's not. I don't know if you guys can tell me of a game that has that kind of theme to it, where everything is kind of horror and just the old English horror, you know, where it's kind of just fucking freakier.
all
dude.
that aspect was great.
Yeah.
Just the way the sound, the environment was.
And the
everything
music.
from
Don't even
there.
get me started, bro.
Yeah, I always loved the music for Bloodborne. And I was like, man, it's kind of like with PT, you know, because how PT can have some of that. It's just the
Yes.
atmosphere it gives you with just the audio alone.
Yes, that's a perfect example of when you can be scared of music, like that and Insidious.
Mhm.
Like the Insidious soundtrack was just loud and intense. This one is
Yeah.
like more classical, but it's like there's some fucking demonic shit going down right now.
Yeah, when you start hearing the Latin music, you're just like,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I always love that meme where it's just like it's like the character's face just keeps getting more and more freaked out, and then like the last part is like, oh, the music turned to Latin, and it's like, yeah, you know, you're fucked now.
Yeah.
And hey, while we're talking about Bloodborne, it came out yesterday as of this recording, but the demake Bloodborne PSX is out. It took her 13 months, I think it was,
Something like that.
to just do parts of the game. It's not the whole thing with Bloodborne, because that would take way too long.
And an original stage and boss.
Yeah, well, there's actually more than one original stage.
Oh, for real? Oh.
Yeah, but boss-wise, yeah, there's just one. And it was cool, and it actually ties into the lore of Bloodborne, which I thought was appreciated, because I was like, this dude's name is Gilbert? Like, who the heck is this? And it's like, oh no,
Bro.
it's an actual NPC you can talk
Yeah,
to.
dude.
And I was like, oh, that makes more sense now. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Fucking awesome.
So I took a crack at it. It has controller support if you put it over through Steam. It's cool, man. I love that PS1 aesthetic. And the fact that it's like, oh no, it's a PS1 game, so what does that mean? There's no analog stick, bro. You gotta use L2 and R2 for the camera.
oh, you can't thread your weapon, right? You have to like go to the workshop for that.
Oh yeah, so you can, the only way you can transform your weapon is in the menu, so you just have one playstyle with it. There's not even a heavy hit. You only have your normal attack and then a charge. And that's it. So like that changes it up a bit, but it's not like it hinders the gameplay really. Because it's not that difficult. At least from where I was at. I got up to the Cleric Beast, and that fight wasn't insane, but it was a good time. It was pretty much just how it was on PS4. But it's really cool, man. Just like, and the atmosphere it has and everything. And I'm like, man, this is just as scary as it is on PS4. Like it was really impressive to see what she did. And then of course, like she did get help like with the soundtrack, and I guess people did dub it. Like they did their own recordings, because it's like, yeah, just don't use the same exact assets, right? So it doesn't get taken down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did her research. She did a good job. Usually something like this, you know, wouldn't even see a download link up for more than 24 hours. But this is on the up and up. This is pretty legit.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy too. On Twitch, it has its own category, so it's like that's the crazy part to me too. But no, yeah, it was really cool to play. I do want to get back in there more. There's cheat codes that she posted up on her Twitter, which was
those
fun
things are
too.
fucking great.
There were cheat codes? I didn't
Yes,
know you
sir.
cheated that game.
Yeah, so it has the classic cheat code all the old games used to have, right? The big head mode. You can change the "you died" text to whatever you want. One of the cheat codes is you could adjust the speed of the gameplay, so you could go super slow or super fast.
Speed hacks are great.
There's a cheat code where barehanded attacks gets a buff. So if you don't have a weapon, it'll do more damage than it would normally. And then, you can change your name if you want. And I think that was it for the cheat code stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. And it's not even... I think it's only it's under 200 megabytes.
Oh, wow.
Download it pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah, you could pretty much run it on anything. And another cool thing is you could go to the graphics, and you could just adjust it how you want. So the default, it's supposed to look like a PS1 game. There's a gloss feature on it to make it look like you're playing like on an old CRT television.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so you can remove the scan lines and stuff. You can uncap the frame rate. You could turn off the loading screen if you want. Like, it doesn't really have to be there, but it's there if you want like that classic feel to it. Yeah, really cool stuff, man. The way she changed some things around so that way it fits more into a PlayStation 1 aesthetic was really cool.
I wonder, honestly, like I love the commitment to like a franchise, but I wonder how long it's gonna be until somebody's gonna say something, or somebody's gonna look at something and just be like, "Nah, we can't have that. Sorry, you guys gotta take that down."
I feel like this is something that probably would have gotten a cease and desist before it even launched, you know?
Well, yeah, because I was going to say, it's crazy that I was watching Charlie and Max, they were streaming this when it came out, and everybody just saying, "Oh, what is this? What is this?" I'm like, I thought this was pretty big, you know, if you're a Bloodborne fan at least. Like, people have talked about it before. And also, I guess people won't know, if you go to her YouTube channel, where like she'll have like the gameplay stuff and the trailer, she streamed when she was making the game. Like, you get to see like how she's developing it through the programs and stuff. So it's been out there for a while. So I think it's cool that Sony's just like, yeah, no, just let her do it. It's fine. Dude, there's even like that old school like stun lock bullshit. Like, it's worse in this than in the regular version. Because I was like, oh, I know this place, like right before you fight the cleric beast, right? There's those 3 crows and the troll. And I'm like, yeah, I've done this, I don't know how many times. And then you go in there, I'm like, oh, the crows stun me to shit, and I'm dead. Like, holy crap.
It's downloaded. I just gotta actually put down Demon Souls and actually start it up. Dude, there was some guy in chat that just kept spamming the link to get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's on itch. I don't know if you've ever been on there. I never been on there.
Yeah, I never heard of that place either.
I heard of it. There's a lot of stuff on there. I just don't know what kind of stuff. I just know there's like kind of games and stuff like there, but I don't. As far as that, I don't know.
She has her own game that she put out a while back. I forget what it's called, but it's pay what you want, and that's where a lot of people are like directing. Like, yeah, you know, that's one way you could support her and all that stuff. But yeah, I guess it's just like small indie games, right, where you don't need to get approval from like Steam and all that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's cool.
And honestly, I'm like, I just want more PS1 aesthetic games because that's pretty nice.
Bro, just start
DMX.
emulating, man. You just gotta get in there, dude. You just gotta really start playing the old games.
Yeah, I should just go out and check everything I missed. I know there's some game on sale on PSN right now that's a port or a remaster. I looked, I'm like, yo, this thing just looks ridiculous. Like, what are we doing?
That's where all the gold is, son.
The evolution of DMX is coming. I mean, the era.
Yeah, I'm tired of this 8-bit, bro. Let's get to other generations that are just old. No, not too. No, like PS1 era with like minimal polygons, you know, because there is a charm to that.
Let's get out of this Undertale world, bro, and let's move on, dude. Okay.
Truer words have never been spoken, dude.
I don't care if it's a hot take or what, dude. You can get that shit out of my.
That
screen,
shit's just
bro.
fucking lazy, bro. Give me the fucking pixels, bro. You know what's not fucking simple? Minecraft.
See, I'll take that. I will gladly.
That's not a
take
segue
that.
into a different segment. That's just fact.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing these side-scrolling 8-bit games. Like,
No, you know what? Fuck all this shit. Just let's go back to the fucking the fucking adventures where you type out what you have to do. Like it just shows you text, and then you just have to type out what you have to do.
Like the fucking
Yeah.
games.
Like demon in front of you, what do you do? Draw a sword.
I'd be super down to play like D&D online. Like I don't even.
Yeah, me too, dude.
Sounds great.
You let me know when they make that game, dude.
Somebody just gotta
I'll
be
be
a
in.
dungeon master or learn.
Dude, I'll totally be DM. My imagination sucks, but I'll be a good DM.
Then I don't want you to be DM.
That's exactly what you have to do. You have to be DM.
Well, how you expect me to get better? I need to practice.
I know, huh? We'll come
Dude,
again.
practice with yourself in the mirror, bro. Don't bring it to
bro,
the
it's just
game
gonna be clunky.
first.
That's what's gonna happen.
So,
I'm down though. I thought there was some kind
were
of
you
game
saying?
that they were making that was similar to D&D, but it might have been something else.
but D&D actually came out with the game not too long ago.
Maybe that is what I'm thinking of. Hold on, let me fact check myself because
Yeah,
knowing me under this rock, I'm probably wrong. Wizards of the Coast, is that it?
That sounds like D&D related, something D&D related.
It's from the same thing, and I guess it was pushed back.
it's about wizard gang warfare.
Oh yeah, this was pushed back a few times. So let's see. Wizards of Coast announces June 22nd launch date for Dungeons and Dragons video game Dark Alliance for PC and consoles.
Oh, the Dark Alliance. That's what came out recently, right?
No, this was come out. No, you're right. Yeah, this came out last year, June 22nd. So,
And I think that game, if I wasn't mistaken when I was looking at the gameplay, it's basically like Diablo.
that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like any like actual differences or uniquenesses about it, but like yeah, for the most part, it's just kind of like a Diablo clone, which is cool. I think that primarily what we were just talking about would have also probably sold.
Oh yeah, dude.
Definitely not bad.
Definitely
We gotta
not
use
that.
our actual
My
imaginations. You gotta do big brain moves on this.
big brain.
You gotta
Just
you
give
gotta
us, like-
you gotta make it hard, but like
It's already
Don't
hard,
kill
dude.
him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
so you gotta do stay hard, so you don't have to get hard.
exactly. Come on.
I think we just need like Neo 2 character customization, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's just,
dude,
like,
it
the
could be
game-
whatever you want. You could even draw your character.
That would be sick, dude. Like, just
No,
get, like,
I don't want to
images
draw
and do,
mine,
like,
dude.
face mapping.
Well, you
Someone
could
else
be-
can draw mine for me.
Okay.
You
there
think
go,
I could
bro.
draw, bro? What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
All right.
You see that big A on his forehead, bro?
I guess.
Oh. Oscar, have you touched Yu-Gi-Oh yet?
I haven't actually touched too much of it. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've come to that realization where you really hate your age. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
okay. If I can't blame it on my age, then you can just say I'm retarded. Because these new rules do not click to me at all in my head, and I'm like, all of these cards and setups. You know where I kind of lose my shit? I lost my shit when they introduced those cards that have like the mixed colors in it.
Oh, pendulums. Yeah.
The pendulums.
Yeah.
But see, pendulums aren't the latest ones. I
No.
feel like that's what
No.
really...
That was what, like 2 or 3 eras ago?
No, yeah.
Yeah, that was 3
after
seasons ago.
pendulums was Link Monsters.
Link monsters.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah, I don't
hell are
think
you
the
guys
Link monsters
talking?
are
Is
the
this still
greatest.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that
so
shit
if
crazy.
I did a TED talk a while back about Yu-Gi-Oh because I
remember
was
that.
like,
That was-
yeah,
that
because
was
I'm like, what?
legendary.
I was like, what the hell are these Link cards? And they changed some of the rules in Yu-Gi-Oh to where they added 2 more slots on the field, and either person can use it, and that's where you put the Link monsters. And they have in the corners and in the centers of the squares are like little notches where the card can point to. I don't think it's the case with Master Duel, but with just the normal card game, wherever that card points to on your side of the field, that's where you could summon monsters from your extra deck. So that's XYZs, fusions, and synchros. And if you don't have the links, then you can only put, I think, three monsters in the middle. And I'm like, oh, this kind of sucks. It limits you, but it also can make the game go faster because all these new cards have ridiculous effects. And now there's a new thing with quick effects that effect monsters have, where they're essentially trap cards now. And it's just like, this is just ridiculous, man. Like, and I'm over here like, I just want to play my classic Dark World deck, you know? Let me get my elemental heroes. And it's like, no, you're not fast enough, kid.
Yeah, I think that one thing that really sucks is the way that game has came across now, especially with the new kinds of decks and monsters. They essentially, like, archived some of their old cards. Like, a lot of their, like, Generation 1
They
to Generation...
vaulted
I would say up
cards?
to Generation 4s. It's not like they can actually vault the cards, but the cards definitely aren't as good as they used to be. If you think about it, a good analogy is, think about it like Destiny guns. Like, they basically sunset those cards. You can still use them, they're just not as good anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Exactly.
not meta anymore, you know? There's a new way to fuck people up, and you can do it in basically 3 turns or less with, like, these stupid-ass monsters.
Yeah. Like, my first ranked match, I was waiting like 10 minutes for this guy, and he kept doing all this crazy special summoning stuff on his first turn. He got his monster to like 8,000 attack points, and I'm like, bro, I can't do anything. What is going on?
Dude, it's like
Bro,
I told you the other
turn
day,
one.
man. It's literally like an FGC combo. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna put the controller down. You could just finish what you're doing, dude. I'm not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets crazy, and it's like the only way to counter that really is either you get some really good cards or you just stick with the meta. And I'm like, I don't want to play the meta because
Well,
it just because I've been playing online like for the past like week or two, and just so many Blue Eyes decks, and I'm like, yeah, I get it because that's the easiest one. Like there's a new I think it's a Zur Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's an effect monster, and the only way you could summon it is if you reveal Blue Eyes in your hand, and you can special summon that monster. And it's like, that's just so easy. Like, it's so crazy now.
have you?
Did you say Zerg Blue Eyes White Dragon? Like from Toy Story?
No, not
Zerg?
Zerg. No, like Azure.
Oh, okay.
Azure. Blue.
Yeah.
Dude,
There
have
you
you ever
go.
had
Thank
somebody?
you.
Have you ever had somebody like just do all that shit and like give you a fuck you monster and then just surrender? Like that, they're about to fucking take you over the edge, and then they just leave.
This guy spent a lot of time doing his setup for his deck,
Yeah.
and I actually liked his deck because it didn't look OP, but he was doing something different. Like because there's a lot of cards I haven't seen since the last time I touched the game, and I'm like, okay, I want to see where this goes. And then he surrendered, and I'm like, damn, bro, you didn't get you just didn't get your cards right. That sucks because he couldn't do anything. I'm like, all right, yeah. But aside from the bullshit by playing online, it's cool. The UI is great. The soundtrack is way too epic, I think, for Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, it fits, but I'm just like this. I'm like, this is crazy. And when you summon like a monster that will actually get like a little animation when it's summoned, the music changes. I thought that was pretty cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the music in this game. It's like, it just really reminds me of The Witcher. I liked do you remember like the PSP games, like Tag Force and stuff like that? Like where there'd be like a new
Yeah.
Dual City, new Domino City with synchro monsters, and like all their music's like super techno or like electronic or whatever, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this kind of fits like the whole theme for Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's just like they went like super like season 5 series 1 where like they're all back in Egypt and shit, and like this is like literally they do one more update and they add Latin music. There's no different than Demon Souls. Like I'm just gonna be thinking about like when I get my life points down to 1,000 and it's critical time, and then all of a sudden I start hearing Latin music from this ranked match. I'm just gonna lose my shit and surrender. There's just no point. You're just making me piss myself.
It's crazy, man. It's definitely on that pay to win format because you have to get booster packs for your cards, and you unlock booster packs as you collect them, and then you have a time limit of 24 hours to get cards from the booster pack you found, and then it's gone, and then you could always get it back. Yeah, if you don't pay, it does take a while to build up gems to buy packs. But what's cool is if you have duplicates, you can just dismantle them for credits, and then you could just spend those to, I guess, create other cards. I haven't tested that out yet, but I was like, okay, at least you're not gonna have like 90 cards of the same thing. And it's like, well, what am I gonna do with these? And then there is a solo mode where you just fight starter decks or decks like they want to give you that you can try out, and they actually try to do a story with like those specific cards. I was like, okay, that's cool. At least there's something like that in this.
And I'm just hoping that they make an update to the game
I want them to make an update to the game where if we're gonna do like battle matches, we should be able to set up the match so that certain generation cards can or cannot be used.
That'd be great.
You know, I think that would basically fix the whole entire issue. Like, okay, how basically set up a match, and then the match settings will be like, okay, do you want to allow any type of cards? Do you want to allow link cards, synchro cards? Like,
Dude, include dungeon dice monsters in there because then I'll hop back in, dude.
Hell yeah.
I've been saying this for like the past like week and a half that Danny's been playing Yugioh. I'm like, bro, when they bring back dungeon dice monsters, you let me know, man.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be there.
There is just like casual play where you can make a room, and I haven't tried that yet, so I don't know if you can make rules in there or not. But yeah, definitely if you could just be like, yeah, we don't want these cards when we play. We just want to be old fashioned. Like, just let us do that. That's all.
We get a free play and use any card I want. We get Yugi's deck first edition from the booster, from that fucking tin box. Remember?
Yeah.
Dude, I stole that from Target.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Hey, yo, nobody telling me though, man. That was like 15 years ago.
You just told on yourself, homie. The police are coming right now.
No, what's the
Shit,
term?
dude, I don't even have it anymore.
Yeah, you passed the time frame, right? Where you can get in trouble.
I think so. I hope so.
Statute of limitations, right? That's what.
There
they
you
call
go.
it.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, dude, we'll find out in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Hey, dude, if I gotta hop off the recording, you already know what happened.
Hey, I will say though, I was surprised. There's rarities for the cards you can get.
No way.
Yeah,
like limited edition, first edition, stuff like that.
Yeah, like you'll get some hollows and stuff. I was like, I guess they're not real cards, but I guess it would be nice to see that pop up on screen. I haven't gotten anything past ultra rare, so I'm like, I don't even know if there's like ghost rarities or some of those ones that just look super crazy.
So there are the rarities basically that determine like what kind of card you get, but what I was referring to is like when the card like basically shines or shimmers, like they have like the additions that they added. So like you'll get the cards that have like the silver frame instead of the black frame around it, and you know like real first editions would have. They included those, but the rarity things are just referring to like just like basically like the top cards for each set.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I was like, okay, and they are separated when you're making your deck. I was like, okay. I'm just gonna play like every now and then, maybe. I would just like to win more than I lose. That's all I'm asking. But that's a hard sell.
What's your KD?
0.2, probably. I don't know. Yeah, if you guys want to. Oh, hey. Finally, if we're gonna talk about some new stuff, Tower's being translated in English for physical volumes now. Can't wait for that to happen.
Hey,
I'm fucking ready,
finally.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been gearing to get back into webtoons. We kind of fell off for a while. I started getting into like other series, like through HBO Max. I saw Tokyo Revengers, and when I watched like the first couple episodes, because I don't really watch anime that often at all, really, and like I was like, okay, this is another isekai. I guess technically it's not really isekai, but I don't know. It was not that bad. I kind of enjoyed it. It's like more delinquent than anything. Once the story really starts to take off, but it was cool. You know. I also checked out JoJo Part 6. I don't know if you guys finished season 1 yet, but
so
that
Oh,
was great.
yeah.
I watched it in English. Well, I saw the dub. We ended up switching partway to Japanese during like the whole Foo Fighters thing, and I could go really either way with it. Like I'm not
Nice.
Yeah, like I like the dub. I think that they did a good job. Of course, you know me already. You know my stance on translated and censored stand names. But other than that, it's pretty cool. I gotta say, man, I'm really excited for like the next part of Part 6. I think that so far the studio's doing the series justice.
Yeah, I don't know when there's an announcement for it for the next part. I haven't seen anything
For
yet.
7?
No, for the
Six.
second half of part
6.2.
6. 6.2.3, 4. The Kingdom Hearts bullshit, you know.
Well, I know it's going weekly in Japan still, right? So I don't know if
Oh, is it really?
yeah, we got it a month early because it came out in December over here, and then it was going to air on television in Japan in January.
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure it's still airing over there weekly.
So basically, by the time that they get to the last episode, is hopefully when they'll release the
Part 2.
the second season.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Did I tell you guys how much I hate Demon Souls?
Yes. Dude, the rage is real with Demon Souls. Are you kidding me?
Bro,
Always.
that fucking blind dude boss, man, I can't tell you how much he
Really?
pissed me off. Okay, well, see, I didn't go into it right at all. I didn't use the thief ring. I didn't use the fucking poison daggers. So what I did was, once, like, I think it was probably like the fourth time I got rocked, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna break all the pots. So I would just shoot arrows at every single pot around the room that I could before the cutscene started.
Okay.
And then I just, once he did, there was like a certain move where he has a lot of like ending lag. So I just go in after that, and I would start shooting arrows at the puddles too for him to bait him out.
Dude, he's nuts, bro. He's probably like the boss that I hate the most, just because his level is so stupid. Like,
Dude, to get to
hate-
him is ridiculous.
That's pretty much the hardest part about that boss, is not really the boss itself, just getting to him. So annoying. And he can one shot you pretty fucking good.
Mhm.
Like, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, he was definitely another boss that I had a really hard time with. And then, we were talking about it earlier at the beginning, 2-1 with the armor spider.
I hate that's the one I hate the most.
It's the
I
worst,
think
dude.
the worst boss in my opinion.
Yeah, I hate that. Unless you're like super good from the get go, like, you're not gonna one face him, and you just have to deal with that bullshit with his like oil spew, and then he like lights it on fire.
Hey, well, we're back on the Soulsborne stuff. Bloodborne's getting a new comic, I guess, right? That's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
Is it another chapter in that series, or is it a?
Well, the thing with the original run of the comic, it was just it was 16 issues. It came out. There was like 4 stories in there, 4 issues each. So like the first one is you're just some random hunter, and like you get an idea of the world. Like the first thing you see is a bunch of hunters fighting the cleric beast, and then I forget what the other 2 were, but I know one of them was all about Eileen the Crow, and how like she was just descending into madness. And that one's just a visual spectacle because you see Rom showing up and like things just get crazy in there. So I mean, it could just continue, but it's not like none of those stories really connected. Oh, one of them was about a doctor working in Yharnam.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought about going back and reading those now that I'm more versed into what Bloodborne is.
Yeah, everything is already like in past tense when it comes to these kind of games. There's nothing that happens like during like basically during the activity that you're actually involved in. Like, everything's already done.
But yeah, guys, I think we could wrap up.
Don't forget, watch Jackass this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, is Jackass this weekend?
Jackass this
Oh,
weekend.
Jackass 4?
Oh, we gotta see that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We better eat a good meal because we gonna be fucking shitting and puking watching all them tricks, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit, dude.
Dang.
It's one of those movies I want to see. We were talking about the Batman too. Oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier too. When does that movie come out? Is that movie?
I think that's
Batman?
March.
Robert
It's
Patty
March.
Batman? Fuck. I'm kind of
Yeah,
excited.
I think it's March. Let's see.
I wonder how it's gonna be.
You guys have been going back to the theaters, huh?
Yeah, we went. We saw that trash Resident Evil movie.
I don't want to talk about it, dude.
Danny, you fucking made me spend money.
We saw
to
that
watch
trash.
shit, dude.
We
we
saw
could have watched that
Eternals.
shit back here in HBO for free, dude.
Which
That movie was
which
not
one?
on HBO.
No, Resident Evil was theaters only, bro.
You know
Yeah.
which one?
Oh, The Matrix. Mm.
No,
We didn't go to the theaters.
No, I saw Matrix at home.
Eternals was theaters only too.
No, there was one we could have watched on HBO Max. I forgot which one.
The only one I can think of was Matrix and
No, okay, because
Resident
That's what I'm
was on
saying,
Netflix,
bro.
or
Resident
HBO.
Evil wasn't on HBO. What are you talking
it
about?
wasn't on HBO.
You're tripping, dude.
What did you just say? Man, whatever.
No, I'm high, dude. Don't listen to me. I'm
No,
under the
always-
rock and I'm high. The terrible
We saw
combination.
it went Eternals, Resident Evil and Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was Eternals.
Eternals wasn't on Disney Plus yet.
You could have
It was
waited.
theaters first. We could have waited. Well, we didn't have to see it either. We could have saved 2.5 hours, man.
And yeah, we still watched
bro,
it.
that was
Yeah, we still watched it. Yeah. Hey, at least we laughed at Resident Evil in the beginning with those guys.
bro. That movie.
That was a $14 laugh, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, we'll try to be more frequent with the episodes. We'll see what we're feeling and all that stuff. If you have any questions, comments, unversepodcast@gmail.com. We'll bring those up on future episodes. I'm streaming very irregularly lately. I don't know what I'm playing next or when I'm playing. But that'll be at Negator 7. Gerry is... what are you doing, man?
Demon Souls and Destiny so far. Yeah, that's about it. Until I'm pretty much waiting for Elden Ring, man. Oh, and Witch Queen.
Oh, dude, Witch Queen, so much content.
I'm waiting for both of those. Not even for content, just for grind shit. Because those are the only two games I'm going to be playing for like the foreseeable future. So it's like I might as well just fucking stream what I only stream for the people who don't have the game who want to see, and that's usually my friends. So it's like it's these are what I'm going to be playing. If you guys want to see, just go over there at Gerry Omega.
Social media and on Unverse Podcast. We'll let you know when episodes drop, like the manga reviews, and yeah, we got to figure out Webtoons when that's going to come back. We'll see. I need to catch up because I haven't read anything in a while. All right, cool. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking around, listening to the episode, and we'll catch you on the next one.